Hello, Gianna. Welcome to our first lesson where I will be playing violin. I hope you're as excited as I am. Today, we are mostly going to talk about just some general things like how to properly hold the bow, because it's not exactly the most intuitive thing. And now I can show you a proper example. It does look like that, which is weird. So, the first thing we do when we're holding the bow is take these two fingers, as if you're doing like a rock-on type of thing. You take these two fingers and you kind of hover them over the frog. Just like this. Right? And then the next thing we do is we take our thumb and we curve it upwards, like we're doing a rock-on thing, and we put our thumbnail into this black cushion right here. I believe this is called a thumb guard. And then you press the thumbnail into the guard like this. So now these are the fingers that we have set up right here. The next thing we do is our pinky, and this is the most problematic finger. The pinky is going to want to be straight like this. Incorrect. The pinky needs to be curved, just like this, and the pinky is always curved. Just like this. And then the pointer finger, right after the cushion part for the thumb, there's this little area right here, the coil. It is silver on my bow, it might be black on yours. But your finger kind of just rests over it as a counterbalance. And this is how you hold the bow. Fingers are nice and curved. There's plenty of space in between the hand and the bow. Right here, I could stick a finger or two in there. And that's how you know you're doing it right. Now, one of the things about the bow is that your wrist is going to be kind of like bent. Maybe not at a 90-degree angle, but it's going to be bent. So, if we take, let me get a better angle right here. If we take our bow and we put it up like this, and we got our bow set up nice and well, we have the low G string, then the D string. I'm going to play on the D string real quick. And look at the angle of my elbow. It is kind of just going straight out. When you're playing the D string, that's how high you want it to be. So, another thing we're going to talk about is the angle of our elbows during this. If we're playing the high E string, our elbow is really going to be like pretty close to our sides. Sorry, let me sit up and get the best example possible. And you notice when you're playing, your wrist is going to change shape. It'll be doing this as you're going up and down. Try to see, maybe from this angle you'll get a better view. See, now I'm holding it like this. But as I go back up, it's all the way up here. This is because we need to make sure our bow angle does not change. It is completely perpendicular with the fingerboard. Not too shabby, eh? If I do say so myself. Now, I turn the chair and I show you what the A string looks like. It's very similar, but now your elbow is kind of sticking out like so. This is like the chicken wing angle. So the A string, at a nice chicken wing angle, Same thing. Let me do this angle so you can see my wrist. The wrist is the most important thing. This is going to keep you from having pain while you play, and being hurt while you're trying to practice, not fun at all. And it can lead to long-lasting damage, which is not great. So, the wrist is the most important thing. So we set up with my wrist bent like so, because I'm starting at the frog down here. And look how my wrist is at the tip. Boom. It's like I'm waving hello. Nice and straight. It's actually a little bent. Let me try to show you at that angle. It's very strange, but the important thing is the angle of our elbow and the wrist being able to switch back and forth between whatchamacallit, bent like a cobra strike or bent like a karate chop, we'll say. Those are the two modes we go, is cobra strike and karate chop. So now we have the high E string, which is elbow down. And we have the A string, which is about chicken wing angle. Now we have the D string, which is about straight out. Same thing, the angle of my wrist is changing as I play. Pinky is curved the entire time. This will be the most difficult thing you do, is keeping that pinky curved. And now, the low G. This is a weird one because your elbow is actually going to be up like this. It's kind of strange, but I'll show you. Ooh. Ignore my big belly. Let's look at this note G one more time. You see how my angle is actually up. My hand is above my mouth. So what I'd like to do this week is we're really going back to basics, working on this bow hold, now that I can show you a proper example, is going from one string to the other. You can actually go one down bow throughout all the strings and see the change of the elbow. Check this out. I'll show you. Switching between the low string and the highest string will give you a great example of how high your elbow needs to be going. But your wrist is still maintaining the same angle. Not too shabby. And also notice, I'm playing without a shoulder rest. I'm going to get one soon, but you don't really need one. It's just good for your neck long term. Because playing like this is kind of uncomfortable, but it's doable. Anyway, that's going to be it for this week. We're going to talk a lot about technique next time I see you, and it'll be a great time. I got some tape for you. We're going to tape up your violin so we can work on this finger placement. This will be difficult. It'll be alright. So I'll see you next week. Have a great day, Gianna.